Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome back to House Flipper 2. Well, when we last left off, we were putting the finishing touches on the base version of the Spencer estate, which included, yeah, that reminds me, I do still need to do some pillars or something for the outside section. But, yes, which basically included installing a bunch of doors and windows and few of these things, whatever the hell they are, in order to make it look nice. And I will say it is quite a surprise just how few windows this game actually has. There are remarkably few scattered throughout the mansion. I think that's something I may add in once I get to the actual quested version of the game. But there was a few things we wanted to look at. As you can see, we still have Resident Evil 1 running on our tiny little window there. And the last sort of thing we left off with was that the attic was too small, and that we essentially needed to make it bigger. So let's start with that. So yeah, based on the size of the door, sort of roughly, I'd say it's roughly double that size. It could be a little bit bigger, maybe. But if we're going to assume that the door is 10, and we've got 5 on top, we now have to add another 5. Actually, no, there's 6 on top. So we have to add another 4 on top of that. Good job, I checked. Okay, that feels a bit better. Yes. Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. I think that's a bit better on the size scale, I would say. Just thinking, because obviously we need to put the roof in. What we could do is to just then we can just add a roof. Actually, no. That'll work. kind of will, but there's also that like clipping I really don't like. There's also a teensy a little bit too small. Yeah, we need to do something else with that. I wonder if... Hang on a sec. Maybe just... Actually, that looks pretty good. Not perfect. But actually, yeah, that looks pretty good. I didn't think that would work as well. Well, there you go. I genuinely didn't think that would work as well as it ended up working. I really wish I could tweak this so it didn't look so... Don't know. It's because of those lines, I just... Oh yeah, that was always a thing, wasn't it? Just the one way to do it. And we got here's the attic room. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we also need... I feel like we need some columns in here, although we can always add those in. Do we want the columns in now? We want them in later. Can we even... I mean, you're pretty close. We just change you to sort of a dark reddish. We make it bigger. We can make it taller, sure, but I kind of meant like wider. Maybe might be better to, I mean, looking at the general layout. Yeah, this is actually pretty small. Okay, hang on. So 28, so 26, that's 13. That's 18, so half of that is 9. Okay, you in there. Maybe, how far out of the wall do they really stick? Oh, they do stick a little bit out. In there. Okay, hang on. I think kind of looks like that. Kind of. Technically speaking, there's supposed to be one in this corner, but I'd have to move the door along. No. just no. I'm not even going to bother trying with that one. I can, however, put this... It's mostly accurate. And then I'd need to... do it. Oh, I put that in slightly the wrong place. Neat. I feel like I've overdone that slightly, but it'll do. Actually, should I have left it as just bricks? Because I left this one as just bricks. Maybe I should have. Oh well, I ain't gonna redo it now. Okay, what else was there? Oh, I wanted to shrink this in a bit, didn't I? Oh, and I also wanted to... Hold that thought. Where the hell am I? Because I remember I wanted to shrink the stairs. And I needed to put the pillars in that area too. So we got... I'm wondering, do you think that stained glass window in the back should be a window? Because you can't do stained glass. It's not an option. But... I could add in a window there. That is way too small. I mean, kinda. Actually see the ceiling of the main hall? I don't think you do, you know. Looking at it, I don't think there are any upwards facing shots. There's a few that are like more or less horizontal, but they're all kind of downwards facing. I suppose you kind of see a bit of it there, but not really much of it. I think actually so I I could be wrong, but I think perhaps... we change it to that. Oh yeah, I'd have to... I forgot I did that. I think what it actually is, I think there's a bit of a slope. Or I just change it back to what it was before and leave it at that. It's fine. You barely see the damn thing, so it's open to interpretation. Okay, let's see now. I think that's slightly off. Looking at the position of the door. That is very off. Never even tweaked at that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so... can't move the door without moving the entire room. Right there, come on. Honestly, that's still not half bad. Okay. Okay, so I think the main hall. The other thing I was considering doing is adding some of this to some of the very, very few areas. Oh, that reminds me. Something else I discovered as I was like messing around. I can actually shrink this in. And what it does, you didn't like that, is it actually shrinks the whole level. And apparently that's the starting position for some reason, I don't know why. But yeah, we can set a starting position just about, oh, come on, there. So yeah, you can actually, you can go for the really big size of the map, but then you can shrink it in a bit, which is good because there was a lot of blank space at the back there. I did consider, I know I talked about this before, I did consider putting the guardhouse in there, and I guess I could have done, but remember how many overhanging bits there actually are. One like that. I can always change it to something else later on, but these are just like, well, let's at least acknowledge that I know they're there. One more thing to check. Because that's not really a window. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not really. I mean, I'm kind of stretching the definition with that stained glass thing. I don't actually know that's a stained glass window. It just kind of looks like one. Okay. Was there anything else? The only thing I haven't worked out yet, and this is a general thing of I have literally no idea what the hell I'm going to do there, is this, the lift shaft. Now, I don't think you can build a lift, and I am fairly certain you can't build ladders. No, scaffolding is the best you can do. I mean, it does at least go up 2 floors. I wonder. Wow, you can't resize scaffolding? Well, that sucks. So yeah, you can't do elevators and you can't do lifts. Ladders, sorry. So I really don't know, like, how I'd manage that. Because the area is too narrow for stairs. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I do wonder, maybe this probably won't work. Hang on. $16. I mean, it kind of works. Kind of. I'm not sure if I like it, though. What I will do is I will sell. And then whoever ends up playing with the final version of the map. Can do whatever the hell they want with it, because I ain't got a clue. Yes, I keep having this problem with So there's a really weird sort of... You can't see it because the evil screen is kind of in front, but there's a really weird little icon in the corner of the map. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Yeah, I keep having this thing where the game keeps telling me it's not, like, saving properly. And I don't know what or why. I don't know if I'm, like, quitting out of the map too fast or something, which is technically possible. Okay, I don't think there's anything else for me to do on the baseline version. This is just absolute bog standard baseline version of the map. I don't think there's anything I can do. I really don't at this point. So I think this is done. Okay, then we go save as. Nope. Okay, you're right. Main menu. Go to Sandbox Mode just to check. Yep, everything seems fine. If we play it, just in editing sort of style, doesn't really matter which. Let's just check that it's fine. Okay, very good. So yeah, using that, people can then just go in, edit to their heart's content, do whatever the hell they want with the place. That'll work perfectly fine. Okay, if we're gonna do that, then I think open them all up so I could get around easier, but I think I should probably close all the doors. Close all the doors. Didn't think that one closed, but it did, which is very quiet as it was doing that. Alright. Is that it? Oh, hang on. 2 more. Nope, that one's already closed. Excellent. Lovely. And good. Okay. Now comes the furnishing. Actually, I didn't put in the pillars in this room, did I? Screw it, don't care. Right. You know, I will say, I think moving that was actually the right decision. This section feels much bigger now. Who knew? I was doing the right thing all along. Right! Okay, so, furnishing time. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Actually, it does make me wonder, should I change the kind of stair that it is? Maybe not. What we want is, well, carpet. Don't know if we can get that though. See, this is kind of the problem, is some things are just gonna have to not be what I want them to be, because the game has limited options. You can't put carpet just down. It's literally not an option for me. Wood. Do a sort of a reddish wood, perhaps. We definitely need railings. For that we want a very dark wood, something like that. Not perfect, but it's close. I think the issue is definitely gonna be carpet, because it's like, well, how do I put down paint? That's not even remotely close. I don't know. Which one do you think is similar-ish? Could do, could do. Ooh, that's not bad. I mean, it's closer. I mean, it's about as close as we're gonna get. Also, I do need to see how far back does this go? Yeah, okay, so that's just base flat marble. It is interesting, yeah, that we have the square marble, you know, the grid-based marble there, but not around the edge where this goes. Okay, okay, okay. So we'll need... Oh, damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between there and here. 5, 5. It does seem slightly cut off there, doesn't it? 40, 10? No, that can't be right. So 45. I mean 45. Excuse me, sorry. 45 divided by 5 is 9, say. So yeah, 9. How? Trying to work out how big the arch is. Okay. Although actually no, we do need to... I forgot about that. Okay, that's that. So if we now, where's the arch? There. Nice. Now that works. Click through there too much. Can't even see it clipping. Perfect. Actually, that is almost exactly accurate. That is scary. And then we put you. I'll have to tweak the color, but I think we can do that. And we do again, close enough. Actually, I'm not sure about... I don't even know if I can get a close-up of that. Yeah, because I kind of think that's what it is. I don't think these pop out as much as it looks like they do, but I also think that they kind of do. I'm really not sure about how I'm going to paint them. I'll work that out later. Okay. I don't know if I can do that one. Hang on a second, let's cut one more there. It's pretty close. Thing is, I don't know if this, the slidey bit, I don't actually know if that's visible because you don't get that angle, which is a little annoying. You know what? That kind of works. Kinda. That is fairly accurate. Obviously it's the wrong color, but the color I'll work on. But that is pretty bloody good. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Technically speaking, we want... I mean, it's marble, but kind of not. Yeah, that's about right. What the hell did that get reset? Hang on a second. Sorry, it's like findings. I think there's anything else that used control, was there? I could have sworn I'd already set that. I have to reset at some point. I do hate it when games do that. He thinks that's a tad too big. It's close enough as far as I'm concerned. Well, it's good to know that we have molding. That's very good to know, actually. So, that side looks pretty good in terms of structure. Oh yeah, we do still need to do the marble flooring. Can we do that though? That's the question. That is indeed the question. Actually... kind of that, but I think he needs a bigger pattern on it. It's more like that. That's nice. That's a fair point, actually. I've been using the wrong bloody one. Oh, where the hell's the marble? Oh, hang on, there it is. That's it. That's pretty good. It's not absolutely 100%, but honestly, that's bloody close. that. Drop you off in there and there. Looking better all the time, I'd say. Okay, now we need to do all this, because of course we do. And duplicate. Pop you in there. I put it in the wrong place. Ah! See, did I put it in the wrong place? Or 7 shouldn't be in the wrong place. That's 7. Ah, that's 6. Shit. Ah. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. It looks really, really fucking good. Okay, so we need to line... I do like it when things start coming together like this. I know it ain't perfect. I know it's a case of, well, it's as close as I can get whilst still being, you know, accurate. Okay. So. Oh, controller turned off. Wakey, wakey. Okay, so what kind of... Which is a kind of... It's got a slight green tint to it, doesn't it? Nope. So it's marble, but it's got like a greenish hue. I think that's a little too green. Of a faded greenish color. Oh, that's close. Kind of wish. Oh. I kind of wish it had more of a marble texture to it. No, not that kind. Oh. Yeah, see, these ones can't be color corrected. Yeah, this is custom color stone, so that's why these ones, oh, excuse me, can be corrected and the other ones can't. Okay. No, we don't want a cut because it's solid. Okay. Okay. Really aren't any good close-up shots, aren't there? Because it almost looks like there's a runner between those two bits. It kind of looks like there's more on the other side compared to this one. Nah, I can't get a good shot of it. Okay, we'll just leave as is, I guess. Okay. So, that's a start. It's okay. Alright, that's a start. Now, I think we need, yes, white paint. Although no, actually no, we do. We just want white marble, don't we? I'm glad that you can just like paint whole walls and stuff in with this. It's extremely useful. Ugh, it takes forever. Okay, so we've got all of that. Is the underside? you can just... yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? So the underside is also kind of done in marble, which is kind of random, but it is what it is. Just checking. Well, that's starting to look really good. As you walk in there and you're like, holy crap, there's color. There's a color other than just red. Which is nice. I like how it's also got like a reflective surface now, which is great. Alright, okay, that's very bright, but not terrible. Get rid of these. And put down the equivalent of... is it garden? That wasn't railings. What's it called? Fence. think that's the right one. Okay, I think I also need to... No, that's resize. I need to move. Oof. Ah, no. Yeah, okay, hang on. Oh, I was wrong, it was resize. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it because the bricks I've already put down and mixed in there are gonna get in the way if I don't. It's fine. I don't fucking care. It's fine. Okay, so we're good. So we got certain wooden bits I don't think I can do again. So it looks like we've got a kind of a wooden panel a chunk of the way up and then like a cream colored top. So we do, could you do paint? In a kind of a creamish color. Not bad. And it looks like that's about alright, that's a good start. So roughly the same thing here too. Alright, see, more color. We're doing good. Woo! Ah, yes. This is actually looking really fucking good. It's still got a bit I need to do. Maybe that should be wood rather than I don't know, I'll think about it. Also, did I completely miss my normal 4 o'clock break? I did. I am just... I mean, come on. This is looking really fucking good now. Not perfect, but goddamn, it's looking good. Right. And now we need wood. I don't quite know... like, how... I don't know. The problem is, I can't get a really good look to see exactly what the wooden paneling looks like. Oh, there it is. I stand corrected. So it's just a kind of square thing? I don't think I can do anything about that. But I could get a cut pattern on it. I mean, it's not wrong. It's not desperately close. I'm not sure how I could even pull something like that off. Because, I mean, the top and bottom strip I could probably just do as a strip. You know, if we take off the pattern like that, and then just do as a strip, perhaps. Or... just leave it like that, I guess. I do quite like that as like an edge. Just the line along there. Isn't technology wonderful? Oh, I'm not sure about hole up. Does it go up to the door? It does go up to the door. Oh, actually, we'll get some paneling and stuff to do on that. That's gonna be annoying. But it does at least go up to the door. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get any better than that. Not without going into incredibly minute and minor details, but I don't think I wanna. It looks pretty decent though. So, hang on a sec. So the pattern goes around there. It kind of goes down the stairs, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Because I can't do angles. It's all squares. Is that really interfering that sodding much? Okay. So that's that. I have literally no idea how I'm going to pull that one off. I don't think I can do stuff like that in this game. I mean, I might be able to do some of it, but I don't think I can do all of it. A little bit of finishing trim. I know the actual version in the game doesn't really do this, but I think this looks rather nice. Give it a tweaks and changes too, thinking about it. This is I have to move the bloody railings for this. That is weird, actually, that the railings just, like, stop you from doing anything on the wall. That's really odd. Because the big question is, what the hell am I going to do about this section? Because that is a problem. And it's a pretty big one. Okay, yeah, what the hell am I going to do about this section? Because in the game, in Zigami, the wood goes down at an angle along the stairs. Obviously, I can't do that. So... So I'm really liking the look of this now. I know it's not 100% done, but it's getting bloody close. Right, one thing we do... Change that. We need to change that. I think that's probably a safer bet. Honestly, that kind of works. Kind of like that. Okay, that's good. Not 100%, but it's about as close as we're gonna get. Okay, can we... Look how it keeps like missing little bits. I really, really, really wish I could get that wood thing in, but unfortunately that's just not an option for me. Now, I also need to, before I do nip off and have my break, because I need to go to the bathroom. I was wondering why I was feeling like I needed to do that more than normal. One moment. I need to know exactly how much of the underside of this needs to be made into wood. So the underside of that. So it's basically you. I unfortunately cannot see if the underside of that looks like that. I mean, it sort of does, it sort of doesn't. You can't really see it. This angle don't ever change. Close enough. Right. Okay, so we are about 90% of the way there. We are going to have to put, oh that's right, I need to put a little table and typewriter there, and I got to do the lights. But all that like decal and detailing, I don't know how much of that I can do. Probably not a lot, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'll have to sort of play that one by ear. But for now, I need to go to the bathroom. Back in a minute, guys. And we are back. Okay. Thinking about it. Let me hit the save button. Might be useful. Okay, so yes, detailing, decals, whatever the bloody hell these things are. I don't know. But I really don't think I can put them in. I mean, they're not this is the thing, they're not windows. They are clearly very solid. But I don't know if that kind of detailing is even like a thing. I mean, theoretically I could freeform paint them. I'm not doing that! Not happening in a bajillion fucking years. I mean... Hmm. Yeah, I think I may just have to not do that. I already kind of cheated with the stained glass window on this. Hmm. Weird ghosting, what is that? Okay, what I need... I'm thinking... Okay, I have no idea if this is gonna work. Oh, fuck off. That actually worked. I cannot believe that. Okay, this... Alright. You know what? Fine. Not sure why you're not willing to go up against the wall you did before. Right. Ooh. That should be equal, shouldn't it? Hang on. Did I do this 40 by 40? I thought I shrunk it. Oh, I must have miscalculated. That's slightly annoying. Okay, never mind that. Okay. I mean, aside from the fact I left out some of the extra bits, that's not inaccurate. Doesn't look terrible. Kinda does. But, that's fine. That's interesting. I am genuinely shocked that worked, by the way. Like, that is wild. And you can barely tell. That life hack. Right. Might help if I put it back on the right rotation. The thought occurs. Hang on. No, that's the there. No. I was hoping it would zoom in. It did not. Okay, so yeah, it's a little table. Does it look blue? It does kind of look bluish, doesn't it? That's weird. So yeah, it's a table. Table. Console, nope. Desk, nope. Dining tables, nope. Small tables. These are all a little on the fancy side, I think. Fancy. I mean, I guess that's kind of close. It's not really, but also, thinking about it, I don't think this game has a typewriter. I mean, it's either going to be that one or that one, because there's nothing that looks like this in the game. Nope, apparently I cannot resize it. There is no typewriter. I'm half tempted to just get a laptop. This game does have laptops, doesn't it? I'm sure it has laptops. I'm sure I've seen a laptop. Would that perhaps be in appliances? It would not be in appliances. Hobbies? I mean, that kind of looks like a typewriter. Wait, I could have sworn there was like a laptop or something. Yeah, there. Close enough. Shh, it's the best I can come up with, alright? I do wish I could get a little more detail. I may look in to see if there's a way I can do that. I'm really not sure. It's kind of surprised I got it looking as good as I did. Right. Wonder if... Yeah. Okay. So what we need next are lights, I think. Yo, it's taken me what, 2.5 hours to do this, or it will have by the time I get to the end. That's one fucking room. I'm starting to regret streaming this. Maybe I should have just done this in my own time. Ah well. Okay, so we've got some nice little wall lights, which have to go about here-ish. So those ones are actually I think they are doubles, but no, they're doubles. I think one half is just off. Actually, do we even have double lights? I don't think that's something we have. No, it's not. We don't have double lights. Well, it looks like we're just going to have to be using these ones an awful lot. So there's one's there, one on the side of the doors. Yeah, okay. Now there are no... Sadly, there are no... what was I about to say? Oh, there's no light switches. With the exception of, like, the one single light switch that's required to solve a puzzle, there are no actual light switches in this game. The lights are just on. Okay, hang on. Other side of there, and one's on the side of there. Oh, I never put down the carpet up here. Okay. Doing that, like you click and they go to start spreading and you just move. Very irritating. Okay then. I'm still not 100% sold on this carpet. Seems technically it's not carpet. Technically speaking, there is no carpet in this game. I don't think there is. That's wallpaper. That's decorative moss. Yeah, there isn't actually carpet in this game. The closest I've got is wallpaper. Which is, you know, not ideal. It's weird, it goes over the edge of the thing, yet I can't do anything about it. How does this one look? That might actually be even closer. It's still not perfect, but I think it is better than, you know, most. I already got a couple of pictures to hang up too. It's good enough. Okay. Isn't there a find in store option? Guess not. I really need to find out where the hell those are stored. Apparently I can't count. 58. You're not gonna make this easy for me, are you, game? Come on. Right, so it was... It's a little more accurate. A little bit at least. Come on. There. That is actually relatively accurate to where they actually are. Not identical, but bloody close if it ain't. And there aren't any in... No, see, look, there aren't any on that balcony. They just go all the way around, but I can't get rid of the ones on the corner. So that's just going to have to be what it is. I do wonder, just generally based on lighting and stuff, I don't think you can see it in any shots. I think the ceiling has a big ass chandelier. It's like I said, I don't think you can see it in any of the shots, but it's there, like just based on where the shadows are. It's like it's like almost up above where I am now. I mean, look at the shadow, right? Look at the angle of the shadow. There's definitely like a big light above the door. Right? I'm not stupid about that. It's about here. And it's like directly up there, and there's a big ass chandelier. Thing is, I don't think I can put chandeliers on those. On the type of roof I've got. I also don't think I got one that big. I definitely don't have one that big. Yeah. Maybe I do need to change the roof. Because I was looking at it before, and I'm fairly certain... I could be wrong about that. And then what it had... I think that's how it actually looks. Like, based on, you know, as I say, what I can sort of see. I mean, that would at least allow me to stick a chandelier on there. I'd also have to get rid of some walls. So, I think... See, looking at the incredibly tiny amount, it's definitely got a pattern on it. And I think, could be wrong, firstly, I think it actually kind of looks better like this. I know it's not as, like, tall, but I think, actually, it kind of brings in that sort of oppressive, closed-in environment. Which I do quite like. What I think I do want to do... copy that style. Okay, excellent. Unfortunately, yeah, all of these things are incredibly bloody tiny. There are no absolutely gigantic chandeliers. I think this one is honestly the biggest one there is, and it's bloody minuscule. It's hard to know because time doesn't pass when you're in edit mode. It only passes when you're in, you know, what's it mode. That being said, this looks really bloody good. Like, as I mentioned before, it ain't perfect. I don't think it's ever gonna be perfect. Okay, I'm mostly rotating these because I don't like that little edge being visible. Brilliant. Well, there you go then. Yeah, I think just mostly due to the fact it is technically a slightly different color. Let's mute it a bit. And I'm really not sure what the ceiling is supposed to look like. Again, you don't really get to see it very much. Like, you can just about make out an edge. And it looks like it's got like a pattern on it or something. I wonder. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, we need to put a couple of pictures up. See, the angle's too down for me to really see. Although there is a kind of wood pattern at the end there. Goes up a bit. I think I'll just leave that. I think having that just look like that kind of I know it makes the ceiling a bit darker, but then that's kind of supposed to be the point. Well, there you go. There you have it. That is the entrance hall. Not 100% perfect. Really not sure if I can pull off like an angle there, because the game doesn't do angles. Well, it does 45 degrees, but it don't do those kind of oblique angles. Not really. Not on walls. They have to be squares. That being said, I think this is about as accurate as I'm gonna get. It's really bloody good. I like it. Believe it or not, I actually kind of like it. I think this is pretty bloody good. Okay, well it's 5 to 6. So unfortunately that means we're going to have to leave it off here for today. Also, I think the scale and magnitude of this particular project has really just started to slap me in the face a bit. Because, yeah, this was one room, and this took me almost an entire stream. That's not good. That is very much not good. So I'm wondering if I should do little bits off stream as well. But I don't really want to. I kind of just want to do it all here for you guys, so you get to see it all get born. But I don't know. I will have to just play that one by ear. We're gonna have to do things a bit. It's gonna get interesting as we go on, because I mean, in terms of big rooms, we've only really got like one left, which is the dining room. The rest are all single rooms by themselves. But the dining room itself is going to be quite interesting, because it's an odd-shaped room with, well, it's an odd room to access both halves, because to get from the bottom to the top, obviously I've got to go up and down the stairs in the main hall, which, you know, not great. Lagging there a bit. Don't know what that was about. But yeah, this is going to be difficult. It just, I mean, looking at the ceiling here, like it's got coving at the top. Also, it's got windows. I never noticed those before. I have genuinely never noticed those windows before. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Never noticed. Honest to God, never noticed those windows before. Wow, that's a shock. That's quite a surprise. Because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. There's 6 windows along that wall. And I swear to God I never noticed those before. Huh. Okay, well, it is what it is. But that will have to be a problem for me in a couple of days' time. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.